All right. Gilbert, welcome back. I know last time you were in the building, a little bit of a heartbreak. Give me the feel now, being back here, ready for another fight week.
I feel good. I think I feel very good. It happens, and then the lessons that I learned was priceless. I learned so much. I'm grateful for what happened because I had to dig deep so much to understand why I was too emotional, and I did. And then I got good answers that I think if it didn't happen, I would have those answers. So yeah, I just see in a good way. I'm grateful for what happened, and I'm grateful for those losses. Those losses are always gonna walk with me and make me a better person and a better fighter. So yeah, I'm grateful.
Yeah. I know you would never make excuses or anything like that, but you touched on it, the emotion. It was such an emotional fight for both you guys. But is there a way to work past that? I mean, do you think that contributed to the performance at all that night? Did it make it more difficult?
Like you said, no excuse. I think I came very aggressive. That was on my game plan. I think we thought that gonna make him wrestle if I come as aggressiveness, very, very aggressive. I thought that gonna make him wrestle me, and then I was ready to counter those wrestlers with the jiu-jitsu, with a couple submissions I got. We were working a lot of tricks to counter the wrestling. So I want him to wrestle, but as soon as I touched him very hard and I look at his eyes and I saw his eyes was kind of rolling, I said, okay, now I'm going for the finish. And it didn't went my way. I think for sure the emotional, the way I went too angry, it didn't play as good as I thought. But in the same way, Kamaru is a great champion. He adjusted very well, and I was very impressed with his performance. And I think I make a lot of mistakes, and he was able to adjust and take the better off my mistakes. And I already move on. It took me a couple of weeks to move on to that, but I already move on, and he's been evolving so much. I think after that he fought a great fight against Jorge Masvidal, and then he shows like how good he is, and I'm here to do the same. I move on. I'm facing one of the more dangerous striking in the division, and I'm excited about it.
I was gonna say, in your return fight, obviously they showed that they still think of you as a top contender by giving you Wonder Boy. What did you think when they gave you that as the matchup?
Anyone, if you can't personally, I know they're never gonna say that in the media, but if you personally ask Sean Shelby, never turned down a fight, it's not gonna be the first time. And to be honest, I talked to Ali, my manager. We sat down, talked to the coach, and the dream's still there, still alive. I still want to be the champion. That's my main goal. And we see how many fights I should have to get a title shot. But that is a question that no one can answer. It should nowadays all about a performance. If you go out there, we see couple guys 10-fight win streak, 7-fight win streak, they don't get a title shot. Why? Because of the performance, it didn't make a good case. So, and then I say I want to get the title again. I want to get to the title shot. I want to win that title. That's my main goal. And then okay, let's get the top guys in the division. And then I asked for the number 1, he said no. I asked number 3, they say no. So who's next? Number 4, 5, and then that's how we break down the fight. And they offered me a Wonder Boy, and I said yes right away, and there's the fight to make. And I think stylistic too is a great matchup. And me and Wonder Boy, we're on the same path. We fought for the title. We both get a little taste of that title, but we still want to be the champion. So yeah, that's a great fight.
Last thing for me, you talk about stylistically what he brings to the table. Is preparing for him maybe more difficult than anybody else in the division because his style is so unique?
Yeah, was very, and put the right word, it was challenging to get a guy, because my thing is I don't want just a guy that's gonna be a little karate, right? I don't want a guy I want a guy that's gonna be able to do the style, but at the same time, given the concept, I'm like me in jiu-jitsu. I saw a couple guys in jiu-jitsu, they're very good. But sometimes I make, hey, how do you do that? The guy don't even know. I don't want that kind of guy. I want a guy that that can do the style, know the concepts, know what he's doing. Then it was hard to get that guy until I was in the Bellator fight. One of my guys, Adam Borks, he fought over there, and I saw John McCartney was there, and then he said, you fighting Wonder Boy? Who you gonna bring?" I said, "Man, I don't know. I'm thinking." And he was the one that gave me, "You should bring Raymond Daniels." And then I said, "Oh yeah, but he's a lot of spin." He said, "No, Raymond Daniels is gonna be the guy." And then he said the words that I was looking for. He's not gonna, believe me, he's not gonna mimic the style, but he's gonna give all the concept. I say, "Okay, that's the guy." And then I started making the contacts, and then he was there over the month training with me. I brought another karate too, and that was the challenging. Find the right guy, and thank God I find Raymond Daniels. He was the guy to help me getting prepared for this fight. And we put hours and hours in work, twice a day, every day was me and Raymond drilling, training, sparring, freaking danger spar with that guy. And I think he got me ready for this fight for sure. All my teammates are saying for MMA, but yeah, that was the challenging thing on that preparation.
We're right here. Leading into your last fight, I think a lot of the narrative was you preparing to fight a teammate, and I think all of the questions were about that. This time you are fighting someone who is very much beloved by the fans. Is it at all mentally freeing not having to prepare someone that you have trained so much with in the past, like you did against Kamaru?
Every fight's different. So that fight I knew the game very well, but Kamaru wasn't training with us anymore. And he being involved so much, I thought he was not going to evolve as much, but he did. It was a hard preparation, but I prepared a little bit more for the scrambles on the wrestling, on the grappling, trying to be very aggressive on the stand-up, forcing him to the grappling aspect to wrestle me. But I thought my preparation was perfect. I prepared very well for Kamaru. Was a little bit more mentally that I get very emotional, I think, because of the history that we have. But now preparing to a guy that I don't know, but on the same time I don't have training partners at the gym that do the same style. Was every preparation is challenging. If you want to become a champion and be the best, sometimes you gotta go out of the book, out of the charts, and look for a good sparring and study and watch the tapes. And I think every camp is hard. If you really want to perform at your best, you gotta work hard on every single one. And every single one is gonna be different.
Were you surprised that they offered Wonder Boy for this fight? Stephen Thompson has said he thought he should have been next to the title, and then when Kamaru fought Jorge, they booked you guys. Were you surprised that you didn't get anyone else in that top 5 before they fell to number 6?
As soon as I lost the title shot, I know it's gonna be. To be honest, the first title shot I don't think is as hard, but the second title shot is harder. So I know I had a long way, so I was taking everyone in the top 5. If one of the top 5 was available, I was looking for number 6, 7, 8. Can you guys hear me? Oh, I won the Kobe fight so much. That was the fight that I wanted, but a lot of things changed, and I was fighting for that. So I was in the next one. The next one was Wonder Boy. I was in as soon as they offered, it's the yes, and
Gilbert over here. Gilbert, last year you made the decision, you could have stayed busy, but you said you were going to wait. You knew you had the number 1 contender spot, so you waited for Kamaru. Leon Edwards is on a great run, but it seems like he might be stuck. Will Kamaru pick Colby? Will he go another direction? In your opinion, what should he do? Do you feel like he should wait for a title shot maybe, or do you think stay busy?
I don't know. He does whatever he wants. I think to be honest, I was cheering for him. I wanted him to finish Nate Diaz and get a title shot. So then I would fight Kobe. That was what I wanted. But as soon as he won on a decision, and I know it was in a big case, I knew Kobe was going to fight him next, and I don't know what he should do. He got to talk to his manager and make a good decision. But I think if you're staying busy, if you're fighting, the fans are behind you, the media and everything. If it was me, I don't know. It's hard to say because he's not the next. next is Kobe. So I don't know. He's a tough position, But I think if you're young, if you're in your prime, I think he should be fighting, But I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know what his plans. I don't know.
I know you're focused on Steven, but do you feel like if you get a victory on Saturday that Leon might be somebody you would want to be matched up with?
Maybe yeah. I don't know. I think first of all, I'm just focused on that guy. He's a very tough opponent, and I'm not looking past to him, so I have no idea who I'm fighting after that fight. So we focus on that fight first, and after that we'll see. But like I said, I'm not gonna say no. If they offer me Leo or anyone that they offer me, for sure, if he's on the top 5, top 8, it makes sense, I will fight. I would say no if they offer me freaking, I don't know, Joan Hernandez, I say, or I'm gonna fight that guy, But for sure, if it's the guy that makes sense, I'm gonna fight.
Thank you.
Gilbert, to your left over here. How beneficial has it been for you getting to work at the Institute of Human Performance?
Yeah, man, the Institute of Human Performance, IAGP, they put in my cardio on a different level. I always thought I was great on cardio, great physically, especially at 55, but I was cutting so much weight that we decided to go to 170, and then I didn't feel as much that transition because I was already a big 55. I was kind of cheating at 55. I was just making weight, but I was never even 170 at that time. So they helped me so much going up in the division. And then after I let the UFC know, UFC very quickly asked me for short notice. I took. So yeah, they've been a great part of my preparation, my camp, my career. I think we're working over, I would say 4 years. I think that we've been working together. They're doing an amazing job, and they've been a great team, helping me out to get better. Yeah.
And, just speaking of your cardio right there, after seeing Nate and Leon fight in a non-title, non-co-main, 5-rounder, were you kind of hoping to maybe have that with Steven here?
Yeah, every time I want to do 5 rounds. I don't want to do 3 rounds anymore. But it was a huge opportunity to be co-main event on Conor McGregor with the fans, open arena. So yeah, I'd say yes. But I would like to fight 5 rounds every time. Even if you, I don't know. I think even if you rank it, you gotta do 5 rounds. If you're thinking on becoming a champion, you gotta do 5 rounds. And not just main event. I don't know. I think for sure we gotta get compensated for that. But yeah, I would like to do 5 rounds again.
And you mentioned the fans right there. How exciting is that for you to get this full crowd back?
Yeah, super excited. Family's gonna be in town. A lot of friends, and I never fought in Conor McGregor card. I watched a couple of his fights live, and I'm excited to the loud arena.
Best of luck, Gilbert. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gilbert, you mentioned Conor McGregor, the main event. How do you actually see it playing out, this third fight between the two?
I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one. The question is even is the same question when I was training with Vitor Belfort at the beginning. Which Vitor is gonna show up? That was the question, right? When Vitor was fighting, and that's the same question with Conor. Which Conor gonna show up? That's the question, but I don't know. I like both guys. I'm Brazilian, live in Florida. Dustin Poirier right there. I like Dustin's style a lot. I like Conor too. People hate a lot of Conor, but I like the way he fights. I don't know. It's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna be watching.
Gilbert, over here on your left. I gotta ask you, Nate Diaz has some comments on your performances against Hooker and Usman, even going as far to call you an amateur. Is that still a fight that interests you?
For sure. Easy fight, easy money. For sure, we'll fight Nate any day of the week. And not on my plans right now. I don't think he deserves to fight me right now. I'm number 2 in the world right now. But he's a big fight. He brings a lot of eyes, a lot of fans. Why not? And he just comes from 2 losses, and then the 2 losses that they have, those 2 guys lost to the guy that beat me. Those 2 losses, who was that? Masvidal and Leon Edwards. Kamaru beat both, and then lost to Kamaru. So not much he can say about it. I kind of try to keep a respect to all these OG guys in the UFC, but at the end of the day, you guy got so many losses that I'll fight him for sure, but I'm not chasing that fight, chasing the belt.
And last one for me. It seems like a lot of people online are speculating that your path to victory is by way of your grappling. As someone who's proven to be an elite striker, do you have a preference of where this fight takes place, whether that be on the feet or on the ground?
Against Wonder Boy, yeah, for sure. I think the path to win is to get close to him, and that's a hard thing to do already. But for sure, I see me having an advantage against anyone if the fight goes to the ground, or anyone in that division. If the fight goes to the ground, I think that's where I get a lot of high advantage against anyone. But I show that I got power, that I got heart. So yeah, I just gotta be a little bit more disciplined against Steven Wonderboy, and I think if I follow the strategy, if I do the things that I execute in training, if I execute on the fight, I think I'm gonna be the winner.
Thanks, Gilbert.
You're welcome. Okay. Yeah, thank you guys.
Gilbert, I got a question for you. Can you kind of expand a little bit more on just how fun it is to be on a Conor McGregor fight card, and also this is the first UFC main card back in the fight capital of the world with a sold-out T-Mobile Arena. What if you could just expand on why is it so fun to be on a McGregor fight card? What's the impressions of being back in with a full house in the fight capital of the world in Vegas?
I don't know. We're gonna find out Saturday. I don't know yet, but I think the eyes that he brings is something different. I think a lot of like me and most of the guys we know is big star at corner, but with the eyes that he brings, being a common event, I think there's gonna be a lot of eyes on that card. That's why when they ask you for sure, you say yes for sure. I want to 5 rounds. I want a main event, but the eyes that Conor brings for sure, I want to be in the co-main. Very excited for that, and the open arena is gonna be different because it was being the new normal for me. The empty arena. I was the first one. Then in Brazil, then Tyron Woodley, then Kamaru Usman. All with no crowns. Now with the crowns, I think it's gonna even feel weird. But I'm excited for that, and it's a privilege to be on the big card back in Vegas. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I'm excited to be on it.
And one more, the Nevada Athletic Commission no longer bans, I don't know if you smoke pot or not, but it's no longer legal. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I don't smoke. I don't use drugs. So, on the same way, I have a lot of friends that do. Yeah. You adult, you do whatever you want to do. I'm not here to judge, but what did the commission do? They allow now, they don't allow. What was the question again?
Yeah, it's no longer a banned substance.
That's okay. That's not gonna make no difference for me, but I don't know. I think it's a good thing for the guys who smoke, but nothing against. I don't know. You do whatever you want. Yeah. Thank you guys.